Welcome to the Wild Magic School Bus. This Dungeons & Dragons podcast may contain fantasy violence, language, and most likely a mimic or two. Content warnings can be found in the episode description. Alright, with all that out of the way, let's buckle up and open a back window, because it's time to start the adventure. I'm just trying to get a picture of Joe Rogan's nipples out of my mind. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Wild Magic School Bus, the most unprofessional D&D podcast you will ever hear. I, of course, am your DM, Calvin Piper, and these are all the players. Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
My name is Michelle, and I play Kenneth Quinn, the Human Ranger.
Dude, those nipples are at least a half an inch deep
Please.
in your mind. I'm Will, and I play the lizard folk artificer Glyph.
I'm Preston, and I'm playing the warlock Azamar. I'm really tired.
We've contemplated restarting our Preston to see if it works better.
This model's defunct.
Yeah.
Oh.
Discontinued.
And I'm Liz, and I play Ohiana, the Tiefling Bard.
I'm Drew, and I play Zeph, the Dragonborn Warlock. Oh, Draconian, dang.
Yeah. If Drew sounds different to you listeners, it's because he has COVID. And also he's not here. He is coming to us live via the interwebs, so he will be he'll sound a little different, but just as frustratingly jovial as he always is. We are missing Tabidi tonight. He is absent with a date because apparently people have lives outside of this podcast.
That's dumb.
So we're gonna let him have his fun tonight and then rejoin us next week. But beyond that, I have nothing else to say other than, surprise to all of you guys, we officially have a title for this campaign. It's no longer called Campaign 3 because that's super confusing to the listeners. This campaign is known as the Godscar Chronicles.
Ooh.
So from here on out, this is known as the Godscar Chronicles. So whenever we do have a subsequent season or campaign, we will be able to name it thus. So
I thought we were going to go with God's Crack.
No.
that was considered for a very long time, but subsequently thrown out.
Okay,
so
that's fine.
But
We're
yeah.
way more mature than that, Will.
Of course we are, if this podcast is any indication. But speaking of this podcast, let's go ahead and roll into episode 7 of the Godscar Chronicles. Every single time. So, last time the adventuring party was here, they had been hired by one of the members of the Tolliver House, Gaelwyn Tolliver, to head to the farming district outside of the Copper Cove to look into an incident of ceased production at one of the grain mills. Arriving at the farming district, they inquired about the mill and what happened to it. Getting a little bit of information, they decided to go scout out the mill, where they encountered some rather bizarre, deformed creatures. Creatures that looked like rodents, except had these strange, twisting, dark, almost like rocks kind of shooting out of different parts of their bodies, causing strange horns or teeth or deformations. After getting rid of them and suffering a little bit of some strange effects of their attacks, the party then discovered that a fissure in the wall of the grain mill itself held some sort of large stone obelisk, maybe about 3 feet high, just kind of stuck in the ground and making this strange, ominous kind of feeling. Looking very similar to what the rodents had suffered from. After tinkering with it a little bit, and by tinkering I mean shooting at it and throwing objects at it, the party was then interrupted by a group of trappers, 3 of them to be exact, who appeared before one of them, an elven gentleman, told them, "Thank you for your help, but we'll take it from here." And that is where we pick up now, to where all of you have turned around, been greeted by these trappers, and that is where you stand.
All right, job's done. Let's go.
Well, I mean, technically the job's not, like, fully done. We were told that we have to get it operational. So if you guys... Is there, like, a timeline on how long it's going to take you to do your job?
The two of them who haven't spoken yet turn to the elven one with the blonde hair, who kind of looks at all of you, just kind of casting their vision across all of you slowly. That is none of your concern. Your concern is to vacate the premises so that our job can be done.
Actually, we're working for House Tolliver, and we were charged with getting this whole situation resolved. So, if you would, shall we go ahead and agree that we are actually the ones who are responsible here?
Your responsibilities have been fulfilled, Draconian, as have yours. You've dealt with the scourge of, and he kind of looks at the corpses on the ground, rodents. I congratulate you. But nevertheless, whatever that is beyond your realm or jurisdiction. So, if you don't mind, and he kind of looks at both of the other two, who both kind of nod and begin to, like, head over to the crack.
If we could get that in writing, please.
I'd prefer that. Yep. Just like a slip saying you did it.
He kind of looks at you and just stares for a minute. Looks at one of the trappers and kind of nods to them. And they kind of reach into a small pouch and pull out a piece of parchment, kind of put it up in the air for a second, and then pull out a small, looks like they pull out like these 3 rings on their fingers and immediately begin to like move their hand in the air, and you watch as script begins writing across the parchment. After they finish, they put the rings back, hand it to the elven gentleman, who takes it and thrusts it out to you. There. Is that better?
Thank you very much.
Is that sealed?
I flip it over and it's the back of a Jack Link's jerky wrapper. That's the only paper he had on.
It's a CVS receipt.
But yeah, if you guys are...
Yeah. We'll let him know. We'll swing by the bar, let him know that you'll let him know.
Could we possibly take home one of these rats for payment as well? And also for studying.
These creatures seem to have a direct effect to whatever that is. That puts it directly under my jurisdiction.
Yeah, fair
So
enough.
you wouldn't be so kind to let us have one?
I understand you work for House Tolliver, is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
Are you an arcane purveyor yourself?
Let's just say I know one.
Make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Okay.
Oh, beans.
I wanted to lean over like, may I remind you, you're out of spells.
Well, I'm not trying to fight them.
No, I just meant like if he asked you to prove it.
Oh, 19 plus 5, 24.
Jeez.
24.
Yeah.
You feel this strange sensation, like almost like cold water on the back of your skull, before you, for some reason, like, it feels like an everyday normal for you, actually. Cold chills are just part of your life. And you're just like, oh. And you just get cascades. Anybody with a decent perception check can notice that the elven individual kind of cocks her head ever so slightly. Nevertheless, House Tolliver gave you the job of removing them. They did not give you anything beyond that. Magical items or creatures of this world are directly under the jurisdiction of us, and therefore the Union. If you have an issue with that, you take it up with the Union yourself. Until then, we'll take it from
Well,
there.
are you going to tell everybody that the mill is ready and up and running, or like how long roughly do you think this? Because I think our part of the contract was maybe, to get the mill up and running, and I don't think we did fulfill that part. I mean, I'm not trying to argue with you, but
I mean, to be fair,
We're not
we can wait
essentially-
here for a day.
we're not leaving the area until production is back up and running, essentially.
Leave whenever you wish, but you are not allowed inside the building until we figure out what it is.
That's fine.
That is my job.
Right, I think
What's your name?
My name,
Yeah.
Elsevier.
Elsevier.
lazy shit.
And that is spelled...
Elsaveer.
Yeah, guys, I think if you think about it, we can swing by the tavern and let them know that everything's taken care of and the trappers are going to do their job. We've got our permission slips saying that we've done what we were supposed to do, so I think we just go back to House Tolliver and chalk it up to a job well done.
You know, it is a bit late. How about we just stay the night
Yeah,
and
How long are we
reevaluate in
fighting
the
rats
morning?
for? Look outside.
I would say at this point it's getting late afternoon. It took you, well, no, actually at this point it would be almost evening at this point because it was getting afternoon by the time you guys got there.
Yeah,
and then you
bed down.
Yeah, you fought for a little bit, and then all of the investigating the stone and them showing up. It's taking you a minute.
Like my shoulder, like just this
Drops even further.
Like just dislocates. I'm totally fine. We can keep on going.
No, you're literally a rotting corpse right now.
Here's the thing, mate. You're falling apart. I'm going to put you in a Bacta tank and give you a robot body.
Oh, hell yeah.
Pothole turns you.
Not yours. I wasn't. You weren't fit.
Maybe we can make a night out of it. Find a place to stay, get some food, catch a show, some lunch.
I can agree with that.
That's what.
Play some cards. Let's play some cards. I've got a 3-dragon Annie set, I believe.
Do you have cards?
I have cards.
Oh
we
my
don't
god, I
have
love
cards.
those. I can't read.
Okay, so you guys leave the building as the trappers continue to move over to the fissure. Right before you guys are leaving, you can see as the larger of the two, who hasn't spoken yet, walks over to the silo where the grain would have been kept under the fissure. And you watch, right as you guys are leaving, you watch as they take out this strange kind of orange, like, thread and kind of line it across the sides of the, making almost like a door frame. And then you watch as they like hold their hands out and like clap them together. And as you do this, lights up, and you watch as the stone evaporates, leaving a nice sized door where it is now clearly visible beyond it. But they quickly move in there and begin to kind of impede the view. So you guys are ushered out, and you are able to head back towards the town and do whatever it is you'd like to do.
Right, gonna make my way to the Troll's Hall. Swing by Ryder. Let him know that we did what we needed to do.
Excellent.
He'd also know where lodging is as well.
Yeah, it's true. We should probably figure that out.
It might be beneficial.
And entertainment, don't forget that.
Oh, of course.
Lodging would be also in the Troll's Hall because
Beautiful.
it is a tavern and an inn. As you guys are walking back towards the town, it's a half-mile walk to get there. Give me just a second. As everyone's walking back and kind of having conversation and stuff, there's a moment where there's kind of lulls in the conversation. Glyph and Zeph, as you guys are walking back and take a minute to like just kind of collect your thoughts and kind of recoup from the adrenaline that is now working its way out of your body, both of you individually yet simultaneously have a moment where a realization kind of creeps up on you, almost like a warm like ray of sunshine creeping into the cold and kind of slowly beginning to spread across your consciousness. You remember seeing the bodies of those rats all twisted and kind of broken, these shards of strange black stone kind of like shooting out of them. You've seen that before.
Zeph, Griff, can I talk to you for a sec?
I mean, you could talk to me for as long as you want, mate.
Thanks. Did you find the rodents, what happened to them? Did you find that familiar?
I mean, now that you mention it vaguely, I mean, you could tell that it started out as something normal and innocuous, like rats, and through some sort of magical tinkering, some would say like artificial abilities, they seem to have been enhanced in a slightly grotesque way. Vaguely reminiscent.
Do you still have any of those shards, Lucius?
Huh?
Any of the shards? You got bit by a rat, and I think I remember
I've been
you.
making charisma saves this entire time, and I'm just doing great, you know.
He's vibing.
I don't know. I don't
Hey,
know
Calvin,
if
can we do
did I give one? I don't think
Can we do history checks for a little more info on what we remember about it?
You both remember
Oh, no history.
that you have seen... No, because this is innately most of your life.
No.
You remember seeing a strange semblance of this same type of twisted stone back at Vic Fallon, down in the labs of Emeraldi. The only like shocking difference, every specimen that you recall seeing this mutation in did not survive the experiments. And for some reason, these rats were alive and well.
Yeah, I mean, not just alive and well, they were kind of harder to kill than I feel like they should have been.
Yeah, so what's changed?
Yeah, I think like a larger scale question would be who or what has kind of picked up on what Emeraldi was doing. I feel like someone's kind of taken over, kind of... Because what we remember is that nothing was ever viable. Everything that he messed with, I covered, to Beatty's ears, like, exploded.
Yeah. I think it would behoove us to pay close attention to this phenomenon.
Yeah, maybe if we run into another guard scar later on, we kind of try to get the jump on the trapper keepers, as it were. I mean, they seem to show up really quickly, but if we could just have a minute to mess with it, or maybe we could just catch something alive and I don't know.
Maybe we could convince some of the trappers to give us information.
I don't know, man. You were there for that conversation. Those guys are kind of grade A dicks. So, I don't know, maybe it's just something we keep in the back of our mind, and if we run into it again, we kind of dig a little deeper.
For sure.
Alright. Well, if you're not willing to show off those shards that you got there, that's alright. We could just wait till we get back, find a place to rest for tonight, take another look at him maybe.
As a note, and it's been 2 weeks since we've been together, but after your natural 20 charisma save, there was a consensus that the shards just kind of fell out on their own.
Yeah.
So you do not have the shards on you.
I have the shape though.
Great. We'll use that. I'm sure. Make an impression.
That's kind of weird, man. I don't think you should do that.
It's sarcasm. I'm saying that you weren't being very helpful at that
No,
moment.
that was a joke.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god, it's like watching a car accident. I don't even know what a car...
What
it's a
even?
car accident.
A
It's
land
watching a
vehicle
car
accident.
I don't know which
what's
one
a
of them
car?
I'm irritated at right now.
It's a weird place to be in, to be pissed and not know who you're pissed at.
Yeah.
But
As a note, I'm gonna be eyeballing Lucius a little more suspiciously than I have. Not like eyeball. I'm just watching out for him.
absolutely,
I've been watching you. That's a strike. Copyright strike.
that's all right.
That sounded exactly
longer
like the
than
singer.
it was. It was less than 3 seconds, so you're good. So
So it was a cover. It was transformative. If you want, it's fair use.
the party, after walking the half mile or so back to the small town, makes their way to the Trolls Hall. Stepping in, you can see that there are a few patrons there. There is a little bit more of a crowd now that the night is beginning to gather, and definitely a few people you saw actually going towards the mill after hearing. Apparently, word spreads pretty fast, but you did hear people kind of like talking about checking it out, see what was going on. The tavern is a little bit more full than it was, and definitely a lot more people seem to recognize the group as they make their way in. But you do see Ryder up at the front once again, kind of working, speaking with a few of the patrons. They see you step in and kind of raise a hand in greeting. You guys making your way up to the bar. Ryder looks at all of you. Is it true what they say? Did you all take care of the meals? are they safe to go back to?
Yes. Right?
I mean, kind of.
pretty
Here's the
much.
thing. You know what trappers are out here? You guys deal with the.
We are aware of the trappers. They are.
There was an arcane precedent. So they have arrived and taken over the place or whatever.
Sorry, that's...
You were doing great. You were right on it. You were on the tip of the
Trappers, the trappers don't even need to have an arcane precedence, as it were. It really is any time that what they call uncontrolled magics are used.
Oh, cool. Anyways, they're gonna be taking over the place for a while. I don't know. We'll check in tomorrow.
We did take care.
Presumably.
We did take care of the immediate threat
What was the problem?
Big old rats.
that were magically
Giant.
both deformed and enhanced somehow.
That would explain the presence of the trappers then.
And the large cats, I imagine, in the area who's looking for a feast. No? You don't have any. Did you have any?
There may be a few larger,
Those rats ate those cats.
Yeah.
but
I
most of
mean-
them are in the forest or farther out into the plains. But I, for one, and I know the rest of the town is grateful for you to help us with our problem. It keeps the town running when work is coming through it. So, drinks are on us tonight.
Oh, great.
And you hear a smattering of like, applause. Not for you, for them. Aw, a couple people just...
No.
And the rest are on us tonight. And I slap 2 gold on the bar. Everyone's getting drunk. Except for Pothole.
No, Pothole's got to go in.
He did so well today. You gotta let
He
him.
did.
That's fair. I let him get a little tipsy.
Yes.
Y'all make
You can
sure
dance to
Lieutenant
one T-Pain song and then you're done. That's it.
But which T-Pain song?
buy you a drink.
I mean, is there a question?
How
See, I was going for
exactly does
Cyclone, but
How does the Bacta tank, like, the filter itself? When you pour this liquid, what's the process?
Hey, you know how I'm able to use my rifle to kind of make projectiles appear, as it were?
Yeah.
Think of that, but in reverse at the bottom.
It makes projectiles disappear at the bottom.
Bingo. Just like that.
Oh, like a litter box. You're just scooping Pothole up.
No, I mean, it's arcane, but yeah, it kind of...
Where does it go?
So,
My ex-wife.
really, Pothole himself is the filter.
Oh, that bitch.
It's canon.
Was it draconian or was it? Was that canon? Did you say that?
was a tabaxi. No, I don't have... my
She
character
was a
does,
tabaxi.
my character does not have an ex-wife.
Do you have a dumpy? Or?
Oh.
Is she dumpy? What are you...
What happened to the lion guy we were hanging out with? Anyone seen him?
Oromir is there. He's been kind of quietly just kind of observing in the back. But as everyone begins to kind of drinks are passed around and food is beginning to be served and conversation begins to lift, I'll say for just the sake of brevity, after about a half hour or so of like conversation, just hanging out, Oromir, whether noticed or not, will slip out the door and just
he's
kind of
noticed.
out the he'll just
Pothole.
slip out and just kind of slowly disappear.
I think you're sending a message that we did our job.
Yeah, he definitely had things he wanted to go do, as he described to me in a text. So his character is going to go do those things.
Yeah. About 20 minutes after he leaves, Pothole just slams his face against the glass and just starts bubbling ferociously. Like, oh, you mean you left a half an hour ago and you didn't bother to tell anyone because you were dancing to Cyclone? Thanks, bud.
I think he's
on.
bubbling ferociously because he's had those Taco Bell wings. You ever?
Taco Bell does wings?
News to me.
Why?
Yeah, this is jacking people up. Don't recommend.
Is it new?
God, that sounds bad.
So yeah, so you guys are
usually miss.
able to have food and drink and whatever else you want of the bar and of the tavern. It is all on the house thanks to what you guys did for them.
Oh, I'm playing dice for some copper with some pores.
I'm getting.
Do you want to actually play dice for coppers?
No,
Okay.
I don't think you want to.
I'm gonna ask my patron what kind of drink he wants.
Something fruity.
You're asking.
Yeah. Lord Fair-Eye. What else is there? Other name I don't remember.
Let me double check.
I don't remember.
Hold on, I'll figure it out.
He just pops his skeleton head out. Sex on the beach.
2 midgets.
Clamping to BDC.
Eliandris.
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 That's such a good name.
Eliandris, you hear their voice. I cannot drink because I am dead. I know. Are you mocking me, boy? A little bit.
Right, Robitussin it is.
It is a bit humorous.
Thank you, I appreciate your candor.
Have a drink on me tonight.
It's already free.
Body shots.
Alright, line up. We're doing body shots on the skeleton's spine.
I did well.
Body shots on a skeleton.
As everyone is kind of having a great time, you hear the voice again creep back into your mind. You did well tonight, Mr. Kane.
Thanks. I did not feel like I did.
Mr. Kane.
My faith in you is steadfast. Together, I believe we can accomplish our goal.
I mean, my goal is exploring the world, and yours is dying. So, I mean, like, it's gonna happen eventually, right?
Yes.
And we're gonna have fun while we're doing it.
Of course we will
Yeah!
have fun.
Yeah!
Have you ever seen What We Do in the Shadows?
Yes.
Okay,
I
that's
love
exactly what I'm
Shadows.
thinking of. Is like they're
Like, it's really like dark creatures, but like they're just people and they're just vibing. That's it. Like
the one dude who's like the genesis of all vampires. I forget.
Oh,
his
the
name.
Baron?
Yes, the Baron. That's who I'm picturing. Honestly.
no, mine is way less of a sex icon.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Opportunity missed, buddy.
No, he's a lich. He reads.
Don't give too much of your backstory, dude.
Yeah, it's
Why
like
later.
get Preston's character
already said
drunk and
that.
real
That's
Preston
true,
will
that's
reveal
true.
all his secrets.
That's true.
There's still a lot, guys.
There is.
I don't know.
Listen, while we're sitting down here,
I want some alcohol juice.
Sure.
I'm gonna
Easy
clap
enough.
a hand on Lucius's shoulder. I want to say, you want me to fix
Pop.
that?
Huh?
Do you want me to fix that?
Fix what?
Your dislocated shoulder, my guy.
I stand up and I just fall backwards and just pop it back into place.
All right.
That's one way to do it.
And I just like do that creepy ass like get up, like I just push myself off the ground, like bridge and just like.
All right.
Thank you though, I appreciate
You
it.
got it taken care of.
Yeah. Do you want to hang out with me?
Eventually.
You warm up, right?
We're getting there.
Oh hell yeah. That's pretty cool.
But you guys are given your drinks for the evening, your bed rest for the night if you want it. If there's anything else you want to do, if not, we'll go ahead and.
I would like to talk to Ohiana.
Sure. Absolutely.
How you feeling, buddy?
Is all right as one can.
Excellent. Good. So listen, I have a question. I'm gonna look around. Because I don't want a whole lot of people, and I don't want our party to get earshot. I'm gonna be like, what do you know? What do you know about Lucius's,
His special friend. Not as much as I would care to, but
right.
also more than I would care to. Honestly, it kind of freaks me out, and so I haven't pried a whole lot.
Well, that's fair. I haven't pried either. I'm trying not to pry. However, I just don't know about it. I don't know about it. When I did my little primeval awareness to see what was going on where, something picked up in that casket, and I just don't know how comfortable I feel going along with a party where I don't know what's going on.
So, up to this point, I've kind of taken everything involving Lucius with an incredible grain of salt.
Well, special grains of salt.
Very special magical grains of salt.
Alright.
I have been with the circus as long as I have. I've encountered some quite interesting creatures. Whatever it is that resides upon Lucius's back is one of the most interesting ones.
All right, so you wanna? I mean, while we're on the subject and while we're all grouped up, you wanna play detective with me? You wanna get down to the end of this?
Sure. I'm curious.
Hell yeah. All right, good night.
Oh my god.
All right. You all are given rooms for the evening. Your long rest is had, and you are back up to full. Yes.
Because it's
Do you curl up into
Butt
the
naked
coffin?
and a description.
Huh?
Do you curl up into the coffin?
No, I just
you know?
lean against the wall.
What?
And it looks like I'm standing.
That's so unnerving.
Yes.
No, it changed
Leaning
your
against
life.
the wall, so
It
also
will
you're
change your
standing.
life.
Are your eyes slightly open, as in?
Like, so as in, like, my red piercing eye, it shines through my eyelid. So it's just like, you see a figure, just one piercing eye.
Ooh. Yeah.
So anyone who tries to sneaks into my
Anyone
room.
who tries to get in your room is gonna have to make a save to be like, not scream, to be like, oh my god. I love it. Love it. Incredible. Okay. But yeah, anyhow, your long rest is had. You guys are back up to full points. Your spells restored.
Oh, that's so
Yay.
good. Thank you.
You are good to go.
Spell slot.
Spell slot. Spell slot. Well, actually, all I needed was a short rest because I'm a wool walk.
Waking up the following morning, you guys are able to head back to the Copper Cove. Again, it takes about a half day's travel to get there.
I would, before we head back to the Copper Cove, would love to ensure that our mission has absolutely been completed.
Oh yeah. First thing in the morning, as you guys are waking up and having breakfast, as you guys are coming down back into the tavern, you can see a wave of workers are already like wrapping up their meals and heading out down the road. It seems like a sense of energy has returned to the town as
And we
production's
can
back in
see
swing.
the mill
Oh
actively
yeah, there's
working and
plumes of
beautiful.
smoke coming out of the mill as you guys look out that morning. So yeah,
'cause
it's back up and
no
running.
offense, I
Great,
don't
we
trust this
restored
little
an industry
pretentious
time.
No,
elf
I wouldn't
here.
either. But yeah,
Hey,
Beautiful.
hey. Stop thinking so big.
Never.
Okay.
As we're walking back to town, I walk beside Kenneth for just a minute and like, you ever get tired of like holding a whole bundle of sticks on your back every day?
I kind of like the noise they make when they rattle around a little bit. So no,
Alright, see
not
yourself.
really.
And I keep walking.
Oh. Wait, hold on. What was that about?
Alright, well, here's the thing. With the magical abilities and capabilities that I have, I can do things like this, and I pop the cartridge out real quick. That has the script on it. It's like, I don't really need to put anything into the barrel for it to fire. It kind of just goes. If you wanted something similar and to not have to have kindling on your back every day, I could probably figure out how to do the same thing for you, but it's...
All right, here's a tip to interacting with pinkies. Lead with that first.
I feel like it was a valid question I led with.
I don't... Listen, it was roundabout.
Yeah, I will agree to that. It was pretty roundabout.
That sounds excellent. I mean, I can put these on my back anytime to hear the rattle.
Right on. All right, well, tonight I'll take it. When you go to sleep, I'll mess with it a little bit. I'll do a little drawing, some scribing, as it were, and we'll see what happens in the morning.
okay.
Let's go.
All right.
She's just going to twang the string. Like, nothing's coming out.
Oh my gosh, make it sound like a banjo every time I fire.
Ding, 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 ding.
Who the fuck brought Chris Stapleton on this campaign?
For the record, I hate country music, except for Reba.
Come on. Hey!
Excuse me, what about Johnny Cash and Dolly Parton?
Oh, no, those are different things entirely. If it's old country, it's good. New country,
It's
Oh,
garbage.
sorry.
Is he crazy?
That's where I draw the Florida-Georgia line.
Get out.
You were definitely not the first person to make that joke.
Won't be the last either. Florida.
No, I'm just thinking. I think someone made that same exact freaking joke when it came to like the same discussion.
I hope they were also a funny person.
They were.
well,
Is that what you
It's my
aspire
Uncle
to be?
Jason.
What?
Never mind.
Okay.
Damn, I forgot
right.
how this spell works.
So you guys are able to head out that morning back to the Copper Cove. You get there about well, hold on. I'm gonna do an old D&D thing. I'm gonna roll on an encounter table.
I love
Yes!
Why not?
Honestly,
Why not?
DMs need to do it more. Because like people will like,
DMC,
oh, I don't know, I have
mentality.
nothing planned.
Just roll. That's what this whole thing's about, is rolling dice.
I mean, we could run into a dungeon or a dragon if you roll right.
I have destroyed you in combat.
Excuse you?
Oh. You must be back if you want.
Give me just a second.
You don't ever listen. Girls don't fight. Like when I tell you, they go all out. They do.
I know. I've seen.
Like-
I've seen my mom get in a couple of. I wouldn't call them scraps. I've seen her.
Some tussles.
I'm not. She pulled a family friend Christina through a screen door.
Ooh.
Like they're talking smack, and then she just reached through it.
And just
Get over here!
That's incredible.
Your mom is awesome.
like Calvin doesn't play fight with me anymore. Cause,
Like you wonder why I get the
I hurt him
from.
every time, and it's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, Kelsey's opening move is to slap me in the mouth.
Yeah.
In the map.
And her closing move too.
I'm only slightly exaggerating. It's no. Her thing is I'll try to pick her up. I'm just gonna give you a wedgie. But that's not fighting. If I wanted a wedgie, I'd go back to high school. Leave me alone.
Let's just fight, but like with our lips, bro.
Because you know, the best way to convince my wife that sex is a thing is to say, "Hey, bro, let's fight with our lips."
Hey, if my SO said that, it's over.
And that's how I lead to say, "Hey, SO, let's fight with our lips,
Let's fight with our
bro."
lips.
Sorry,
Bro,
Will,
like
son.
kick the
I
dirt
hope
a
you've
little
had the
bit,
talk.
put your hands behind your back, you know, like kick the
Watch
dirt a little
broken
bit. It's like,
nine-nine,
what if we
never
just like, I don't know, like fight with our lips?
That's
Like the chickens do. Yeah. Have you found a damn encounter table
I'm
yet?
rolling on it. It's a
no.
2. Nothing
This
happens.
is slightly worse
Something's
than do the Helen Keller and talk with your hips. It's just slightly worse
Tell your boyfriend if he said he's got beef.
than that. I'm a vegetarian.
And I'm definitely not scared.
So nothing happens because that's how this encounter table works. And apparently nothing happens at this table either.
Do you want me to track down something while we're on our way?
No.
Could you find a warg?
I'm gonna be on the lookout for any tracks or anything that I think would lead us to fighting something.
Make a survival check.
All right.
I'm a survivor.
Wait. Oh damn! I forgot. I can't do that.
17.
You know what would be really cool if I could get
it's a
guidance
22.
as a cantrip. I would love to have that.
22? You know beyond the shadow of a doubt that there's nothing out here.
Oh damn. We're
Roll lower. We could have gone on a goose chase for 18 hours.
no, that's still pretty good.
That's a lot of
Okay.
Yeah, so
You
we
guys
made-
make your way back to the Copper Cove about mid-afternoon. You are free to do whatever you want at this point.
Do we get paid?
No, we've got to go back to get
That
paid.
should be our first line
That
of business.
is absolutely the first priority.
Yeah, we're
Get that
beelining it.
coin.
Okay. You guys head back to
Someone want
the...
Just
Let me
I need
look
to
at
buy
my
tapestry.
notes.
Let's see. The Leonia? It was expecting us at the Tilted Tankard.
Yes.
That was
Galewind Tolliver summoned us here.
Yeah, so you can head back to the Tilted Tankard. Upon asking for Miss Tolliver, you guys are told to wait in the main room. After about 10 minutes, coming out from the outside, followed by a couple of individuals, you can see Galewind Tolliver, dressed about the same as she was before, kind of a big billowy blouse with like large kind of like flowing sleeves, these pants that have wearing almost like a skirt, but it like splits very high up the sides, and like these like denim almost like work pants underneath. Kind of swinging in, sits down. I must admit, I did not expect such expediency.
Yeah, we kind of hustled.
We like to be efficient.
We get stuff done.
That is excellent. So, what happened?
Big old crystal rats.
Crystal rats. That's how I would describe it. Crystal rats.
Giant crystal rats.
Very
Mutated.
Madam Tolliver, here we have a note sent by some officials.
Kobold's mice.
What do you hand her?
Kobold's mice.
The
The note
rats.
from
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
no.
okay,
Oh,
yeah.
it's got that.
She takes a note and glances over it. So they did show up, did they?
Yep, for
Of
sure.
course they did.
And they said
They like to ruin all the fun.
they were going to take care of the rest of it. So,
Yep. The exact words were, "We're here to trap your joy," and they did just that.
That is a shame. I was hoping for a bit more in-depth research on whatever this was.
yeah, we sure were too, but maybe the trappers can provide that for you. We did notice inside one of the grain silos there was a big old purple shard.
It was an obelisk.
Yeah, a shard mollusk. A novel shard.
And
The old shark.
the rodents, the giant rodents that we encountered had mutated in similar looking crystal. They also had malicious effects from their bite, and
Did they?
they did.
I'm gonna.
Nothing happened to me.
and,
I bit like 5
nudge-
times.
I'm gonna nudge you.
We
Okay.
did attempt to bring one of them back for research, but were
But the trappers decided that was their jurisdiction.
Yeah,
Of
they're all
course
about
they did.
the separation of like coin and state.
Wait, so you're not much of a fan of the trappers?
Heavens, no. The Union is far too influential in many of the interworkings of the Brasslands.
Yeah, I get it. Big,
I mean,
big
like, it's either
oversight.
gonna be one of you guys, right? Because like,
Oh, it would make more sense if it was one of the great houses, but it's not. It's the Union itself.
yeah.
The Union acts as a accountability to the great houses, not allowing one to
Checks and
gain
balances.
power. Well, you would think so, wouldn't you? But in my humble opinion, and she kind of glances before kind of lowering her voice just ever so slightly, the Union has accrued too much power in being its own checks and balances. I alone do not share this view. There are others who would agree with me, but not enough to make a fuss about it. The Union works in step with many of the houses. Many of its members are house descendants. I believe Finlow, my esteemed now
Less esteemed.
disgraced, my disgraced ship vendor, who has yet to reveal his face as of the last few days, was also a member of the Union. Speaking of which, if you have the time and the availability, I believe I have another task for all of you. But first, and she kind of waves her hand over, and the attendant, who was standing about 10 feet away, immediately rushes over and sets a small parcel down on the table, which Galen kind of takes and slides over to you. As agreed, 1,000 gold.
That's not nothing.
It is a small pouch, though. It is very small. It's not large by any means. So opening it up, you can see it is 100 platinum. So,
Cool.
which
That's
carries
way easier to
small.
carry.
Yeah. Don't want to carry 1,000 gold around. That's not a great thing. Nevertheless, Galen kind of continues. Fenlo, as you know, was responsible for the attack on our ship. Once we learned of this information, we summoned Fenlo under the guise of reporting on the incident. But not surprising to anyone, he has not shown up.
So he's somewhat clever.
Clever enough to realize when the ruse is up.
Yes.
Oh, so he's our acquisition. Is that what you're getting at?
That would be the mission I would provide to you. I need him found. I need him retrieved.
Oh.
I need him
Alive?
brought. Yes, I need him brought to us.
Okay.
If the Union gets their hands on him, he won't live to see the next sunrise.
Oh, he won't live.
But House Tolliver would like to have a word with him before justice is served.
Okay. And I'm assuming instead of money, could we like have like I don't know like a favor or something? Because I feel like
No,
excuse
money's
you.
good. Money's good.
Well, I
Currently,
just think favors are way more like impactful than actual money.
Okay, well then, what if you did me a favor and just didn't negotiate?
Or
But-
you
but
could
that's-
do us a favor and donate your share of the earnings to the rest of us.
Okay.
Oh my god.
It is a valid point, tall one. Political parties have to deal in many types of currency. Favors can be one of them, though that would depend greatly on the reliability of you and your troop, as it were. Stick to the currency for now,
Okay.
but we'll see where this leads.
Awesome.
Your expediency has put a bit more stock in my position towards you.
Now, does Finlow, while we're talking about him, does he have any special skills, or is he known, renowned as a fighter, a magic user?
Does he have vices?
Every man has his vices.
But it'd be easier to find him with those, right?
Does he have assets where he could easily escape?
Does he have a band of comrades that he could be checking up with for protection?
Ooh.
Basically, we're gonna need all that you've got on Finlow.
I can provide you with a bit of information. Unfortunately, one of Finlow's best and worst qualities is that he made friends with everyone he ever met, so he has no shortage of comrades, as you put it, that would be more than willing to supply him with a place to hide, should the need arise.
Okay. And how much is all of it split up? Is it just 100 gold to everyone or what?
We could do 100 gold to everyone, and then 300 gold to the pot, if you guys wanted to do it that way.
You okay with the party fund?
Did you guys want to split it differently?
Okay.
Do you want to? Okay, 100.
Sorry.
Okay, 125 to everyone and 125 to the pot.
I like that
I
better.
like that better.
Okay.
Nailed it.
Good job.
That's called diplomacy, Zeph. We are nothing if not diplomatic.
You are the best, man.
You really are amazing.
Stop.
Are you guys like brothers?
Yeah, I mean, we're
something.
kind of hatched at the same time, so that would make us technically brothers by lizard standards, yes.
Okay, but I'm saying if you share genetic like trends.
I mean,
We share magical
Okay.
Mum's a wizard, Dad's a witch.
Are you serious? Guess
No.
what?
That had to
I don't
be
know. I don't know
impossible
about
to
mine.
believe, I would imagine.
So, any special skill sets?
For I thought you were talking about us. I was like, oh, no.
And do you think does he have any like underground contacts? You think?
I would assume he would.
Assume? Oh, that's good. That's good. We might.
He did.
Well, he's not the only one with underground
Oh, yeah, you're right.
contacts,
I'm
and I
so
look over
silly.
at Pothole.
And he's selling you gas station contacts.
I'm only okay. Cool. I'm all for making friends. Let me. Okay, I'm gonna look for. Okay, so Galwin's pretty cool. That's why I put it on the thing.
Sorry, I cannot be of more help. I was not directly involved with Finlow.
Who would have been?
That would have been my brother.
Brother.
Though good luck trying to get him to say anything. He still believes Finlow was set up.
Interesting.
Well, maybe if we talk to your brother, we could see about exonerating Finlow.
Yeah, why does he believe that Finlow is innocent?
I don't know. Make a persuasion check for me.
What's her brother's name again?
4.
4?
Yeah.
My brother's name is Tygir.
Tygear.
All right, mate. You know what I'm
Could you
going to ask?
spell it
How do you
for me,
spell
please?
it?
Tygear. Tygir.
Tiger.
G-E-A-R?
G-E-A-R, yep.
Thank
Um, my brother Tygir is
Naive.
not naive,
Foolhardy.
stuck in his ways.
Stubborn. I just like words. I'm sorry.
That's quite all right.
Okay. I feel like you have an inherent need to be flexible whenever you're in that kind of work.
You would think so, wouldn't you?
You did say he was busy, but if one were to happen to try to find him, your brother, where does he spend the majority of his time?
He's either at the docks dealing with the imports and exports that my family is well known for, or he's at one of the minor houses here in town. I believe Gaspar Zabu is the leader of the minor house here in the Copper Cove. That is where we are currently staying when we don't. Most of my family lives in Mecca City, so we don't travel very much. But Zabu would be the one to look for, or his house, more appropriately. But again, I must warn you, my brother is not privy to my interactions with his business. I'm here on other business, so...
So is this like under the table?
Not necessarily.
I know what that means.
You do. I'm proud of you.
High five.
You're learning.
I'm not naive enough to assume that my brother is not aware of the goings-on, especially of his younger siblings, but nevertheless...
You're younger?
Of course I am.
I'm just being like, your age. I think you look great. But I'm just talking about, like, your age is just like, you don't know. You're very wise in your words. No. I'm not trying to kiss Bud right now. I'm just saying, no.
It's quite alright.
He is trying to kiss.
As flattered as I am, his maturity does come with age, but it is appreciated nonetheless.
Yeah. I mean, some people are... It's about the receptiveness and readiness to learn, really.
Indeed.
So,
but you have your job. Find Fenlo for me and bring him to me at your earliest convenience, and hopefully before the Union finds out and deals with them on their own accord.
Do I feel like she has any, like, ulterior motives? Like, I don't know what those ulterior motives would be, but did she seem like she was generally truthful?
Insight check.
Yeah, that's...
Hey, 19.
Oh, that was almost in that 20. 17.
Seems pretty forthright in her speech. Does definitely seem to be retaining things carefully and wording her words very carefully.
Okay.
But you can tell it's from somebody who has learned over many years to stay out of the spotlight in order to get done what they need done.
Okay.
Not in a subversive or usurping kind of way, but in a way that
just cunning.
They know that they know
she's a politician.
Yeah, very very political, and has used that to her advantage. So.
Okay. Hey, so do you know where people like to go to disappear? Like our friend Robinson?
No, I don't.
Okay. I get really hushed. I'm like,
The
Rove.
The Rove.
As a note, if you want to wait, she'll depart shortly thereafter after providing you with that information.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And she stands up. I must be off. Until next time. And then nods and assistant follows them out as they leave. But yeah, so you can have this conversation at your table at your leisure. So.
All right. So I think one, we talk to our good old friend Ahmad first. Because, he's a shady guy, and you might have connections. Yeah. Also, Dimitri also has connections, but they're kind of on thin ice with that because of, you don't want to have too much, hey, reveal information about some, too many times. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like a cool down thing,
Going back to the well. You don't want to go to the well too often.
Exactly, because it'll dry up, and you'll die. The well will eat you.
Well,
that's stories like that.
What kind of wells have you been going to?
Well, I mean, in Udall, there's one bottomless well that eats people that don't tribute at first. Write that down. Anyways, so our friend Robinson, he said you went off to disappear into the Rove, I think. and his uncle runs the Rove. And the Rove is someplace that no one knows, but it's probably some underground city or something that's like bustling and moving independently. And I'm just thinking maybe we look in that direction if Ahmad or whatever leads don't show up, because that's the perfect place to disappear. It's some mythical city.
I mean that's better than any lead that I got.
I kind of thought we could maybe just go talk to Tiger real quick.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying we go through all these first, but then this is the one I'm kind of reaching for.
All right. That's
Hail Mary to the Rove.
I have a feeling this is going to be right. I don't know.
I can't read Calvin.
Give me just a second. I'm writing down all the random information that I threw out into the world so that I don't forget it for next time.
Chernobyl. That's a place full of dead air.
I was gonna just snip it. That's what I do. Is I cut out the weird, awkward pauses.
You
but
can still
just
do it.
keep-
You can
No,
still do
you
it.
gotta keep that one.
I gotta
You
keep it now.
that
Now
one.
it's actually.
Hold on. 3, 2, 1, and we're silent. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
And we're.
So after the party receives the information about Fenlo and kind of concocts a plan about how they're going to go about it, what's the first step? Now you can start talking. The point is.
I feel like we should go to Gaspar Zabu's residence.
The docks, right?
Well, he
The docks
said he was
during the
gonna be
daytime,
at
I
the docks.
imagine. Is this a work day?
No, I thought he lived
Yes.
on the docks. So I thought.
If it's a
Every day-
work day in the middle of the
he's
day.
one of
Yeah.
the minor houses.
I mean,
so
every day's kind of a work day around here.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Glyph or Zeph? History check for me.
On it. That's less than ideal, but it'll do 12.
12? Zeph?
Yeah. You said or, so I didn't. But now I just rolled a 3, so come on.
so 12.
12?
Yeah.
12's fine. It's general information. I just wanted to see if anybody would fail terribly. Zeph doesn't know who it is at all. You remember Gaspar Zabu is the governor of the Copper Cove.
Oh, he's the governor.
So
He's kind of high up.
it's more positional than anything. Obviously, each town is monitored, so to speak. It's almost like a Margrave or Margrave governor, same thing. So Zabu is the governor of the town. So you don't know anything about him, but you just know the name because obviously they are in charge of the Copper Cove.
Yeah. So it might not be super easy to get a hold of him. He's kind of being in charge, as it were. He's kind of got his hands full most of the time. But we could try.
Especially do we... but we can't leave a trail though, right? We can't say, oh, we are here for a Tolliver. And we're looking, to get... Because we're trying to see a person high station.
Well, we
To
weren't,
ask for another person of high station's location.
we weren't necessarily trying to find Gaspar himself, but if you go to the residence and say you were trying to seek audience with Tiger, that...
I'm really not sure why we don't just straightforward go to her brother and ask him to give us aid in finding his acquaintance under the guise that we are trying to save his life.
Exonerate his name. Yes, exactly.
That is a good point, yeah. I mean, we're already planning on trying to find him. We already said that, but yeah. We can
I say we just do the finding and let the law take care of the rest.
Yeah, we're real close to the docks right now. What if we just
Take a swing by?
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, he's not at the docks and we have to go meet with the governor.
I would hate to walk past him and go back.
Okay. So you guys can head down to the Copper Cove docks. It's late afternoon at this point, pretty bustling. Ships kind of docking and departing. It's an overcast day at this point, so there's a bit of an urgency in the air to get stuff up and out of here. Obviously, as cloud cover seems to have an effect on these
Was the
large.
sky red this morning?
Was blood spilled that night?
It was red that morning.
Oh.
Sailor take warning. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Shut up.
As you guys make your way to the docks, you are looking specifically for.
I would like to try to identify anybody who looks similar to what's her bucket.
So you're looking straight for Tiger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he says
Go
she said
go
she was
ahead and make
directed.
a investigation or this is going to be an investigation to try to pinpoint somebody out of crowds.
Oh no, my dice!
I can't roll perception.
Yeah, I mean it's going to be a high DC to do perception, but yeah, I'll let you do it.
I would rather do perception.
Okay.
But, 20 if it's perception.
High DC. What is my plus anyways?
A natural. That's an 8.
13.
No, 13 does not.
Frick.
Will not cut it. With a 20, even with a 20, kind of taking in the world around you, it is hard to pinpoint anybody who looks exactly like.
God, I miss guidance.
Did you say investigation?
Investigation would be easier because it is like
You're actively...
you're actively looking for stuff. Perception is just trying to take it all in and like notice the differences.
Can I attempt?
Sure, you make an investigation
I mean,
check.
we're all kind of out here looking.
Ooh, that's a dirty 20.
Ooh, with a dirty 20 investigation, that does work. Walking around for probably 45 minutes or so, you can definitely see, really notice anybody to begin with. Going probably 80, 90 yards down the docks, you can see you're getting to the point where it's less of cargo ships and more of transportation, more of like the more illustrious or larger kind of like passenger type ships. And you do, actually, as you approach that side of the docks, you can see there does appear to be a large kind of assembly of people, all kind of moving as a group. There appears to be probably a dozen or so armed city guards, followed by several men all dressed in kind of the same, looks to be kind of like grayish uniforms. And in the mix of it, you can see probably about 4 or 5 different individuals. One of them who definitely carries themselves as the center of this group, a larger man, a little bit rotund, definitely older. His hair, which was brown, has now got like streaks of gray starting from the temples and going back. They're wearing kind of this long kind of red, I would almost say like a uniform that kind of goes into almost like a skirt that flares out at the bottom with like 2 buttons on either side. They definitely carry themselves with an air of authority and are guarded as such. But with your investigation, and a successful one at that, you can definitely see the similarities in physical structure of this human being, and you can say with a good certainty that this is probably none other than Tagir Tolliver.
TT, here he is.
Yeah, if you don't alliterate, you don't get to abdicate the throne.
Point this out to my companions.
Sure, absolutely.
Right, do you guys want me to be direct or indirect?
So,
Could we do a bit of both?
passive aggressive.
Not passive aggressive.
not quite that.
It's simply
Active aggressive.
Implying
not
something?
that either.
Might I suggest that we follow standard protocol? He does appear to be a man of means. From what we know, he is a man of station, and I believe he should be approached as such.
Well, that and also probably the docks is not the most ideal place to be having this conversation, and we might want to follow up with him later and simply use this as a meeting point.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's
quick
fine.
point. I killed a man! Docs are so busy, does anyone even think?
Not that you see.
See? Yep. You can kind of talk about whatever you want to talk about. People are so busy with their own lives, they don't really care. I ate his face! I ate his face, too! I did, the whole thing.
I ate his
he's
face.
surrounded by a great many people.
Mostly looks like guards. I mean, you could just go... I mean, we're guards. If we were standing in front of someone, you'd probably still talk to them.
You assume much.
I mean, I'm not scared of me.
They're really good with the nuances of things.
Alright, well, if there's someone that needs to use posh and dignity, I believe that's us, and I show them a rifle, I tell Pothole to stay behind, and I grab Zeph, and I say, alright, mate.
Hey!
You're already gone.
Maybe don't go.
Okay.
Dumbass.
All right. So you move towards this. You move towards this group of people. You get about maybe 30 feet away before the guards that have a perimeter immediately notice you, and one of them looks up at you. It's far enough there, son.
Yes. Hello, gentlemen. We needed to have a conversation with Tygear about a certain individual who seems to have been misplaced or misplaced himself. We're kind of freelance lawyers, as it were. We're trying to kind of exonerate him. I feel like he's been wrongly charged, and in order to get his account, we need to kind of see him. And the last person that we know that is somewhat close with him is your Master Tygear here. So if we could have a conversation with him, that would be perfect.
I think you did
Roll
quite
a
well.
big deception check or something.
Yeah, you're gonna have to roll. Is this deception or persuasion? I'm gonna have to say it's deception.
It is. It's gotta be.
More jokes on you, they're the same.
Okay.
It's a total of 0. Because it's a 2, a -2.
Ooh. Okay. The guard.
I have an ace in the hole.
As you finish speaking, the guard you realize the guard was not looking at you and looks back and goes, "Are you still here? I don't think I made myself explicitly clear. You need to bugger off before I make you."
Right, of course. And I scratch my head and doing so, cast message straight to Tygear. Just send that little fishing line right in there.
Wait,
Okay.
Clever gal.
So
sleight of hand.
so here's the thing. I understand your intent with message, however, is verbal. So
Yeah, so I'm gonna say it to him, but looking at the guard as I'm walking away.
okay.
So,
My God.
So let's
Tygear
go ahead and get a sleight of hand check for me.
I'm doing it. Obviously, it's just right in front of his face.
Have him roll a Arcana check to see if he's smart enough.
Oh gosh.
Sleight of hand.
Yeah, I'm gonna make the guard roll an Arcana check to see if he recognizes.
12 on the sleight of hand.
What the hell is this guy doing with a wire over his mouth?
You rolled a 12. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he doesn't recognize it as arcane, so he wasn't looking for it. Okay, so as you're walking away, casting this message spell, what do you say?
I mean, I just simply say, like, yeah, it'd be pertinent for us to just have heard more about Finlow as we're trying to exonerate him and clear his name, but I see that we have come to the wrong place, so we will look to vindicate our friend elsewhere as I step away.
Zeph, can you make a perception check for me?
Absolutely.
An arrow just comes right through my throat.
Love that. 10 out of 10.
Now the fucking shut
I
up.
mean, with that amount of tact.
Yeah.
Cut. I mean, like, maybe it hit his vocal cords. And it's just
2 total. That's
Oh my
4
God.
minus 2.
they literally come up, guys, we will handle this. And they roll a 0 and a 2.
We're doing great. Yeah, you don't notice anything. Yeah, so you finish casting the message spell, backing away. No visible reaction from Lord Tolliver.
Well, did what we could, mate.
Okay, so you guys head back to the group.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, next time, like you said.
No, you don't get to make the rules. You just asked if we could start working for someone for free. I don't think you get to make the rules.
Well, it's not free, and I don't know if you understand such complex ideas as favors, but, like, that is something else. It's not free.
Also, what the fuck was that atrocity that I just witnessed?
I believe it's called playing your hand.
You have no hand.
Next time, wait until you have a better fucking hand.
Yeah, I think you should have folded that
Don't
one,
think it
buddy.
was that bad.
Yeah, no,
It was
fold it.
horrible. Like,
Yeah, I exclusive-
I think you did an admirable job.
You
Thank you,
have
mate.
no room to
You
talk.
had-
You have no room to talk.
Here's the thing. We have.
Excuse me. Hold on. I must have missed something here. I didn't know that there was going to be such animosity. I don't feel like. Stop it. As I was saying, I don't feel that your animosity towards us is warranted, and really a team should be building each other up.
A team should,
If
however...
there's criticism, it should be presented in a healthy manner, and I feel like that isn't happening. So.
However, as you did reference being part of a team, I would also like to add that being part of a team comes with hearing other people's ideas and not just impulsively acting on your own without maybe plucking the best one and acting upon that.
I mean, there was nothing impulsive about what we did.
I hear that, and that's good quality information. It was presented with, well, not the greatest tone, but I do appreciate your attempt to communicate more clearly there.
Hold on. So basically, you just sugarcoated a way of saying, like you're just nothing happened. You literally just said so many words, but nothing happened. Like no progress has been made in our relationship. That is really impressive.
I'm still feeling that animosity.
Yes,
as
really
you
not sure where
should.
it's coming from.
Hey, you know, Ziff, I didn't mean to say it, but I'm gonna. For circus people, these guys are real Debbie Downers.
Uptight.
Have you ever worked for the circus, my fair friend?
No, I mean, there's nothing about us that would be enticing to a circus. We're kind of normal.
So perhaps working at the circus is more than meets the eye?
And I
mean, if you're talking about the magician, but that's a sleight of hand.
Not the magician.
So like,
So do we wait and go to the house?
There was no reaction from Lord Tolliver?
No, there was none.
He said he'd get back with us.
Would I be
False.
shut up.
cunning enough to think that he probably has some protections in place against magic?
Make an Arcana check.
Cool.
Oh, welcome to the shit club,
close
Michelle.
at 2.
No idea.
I can't believe that the
No
lizard
idea.
guys are really so bad.
you have -2, chump.
I'm gonna swallow this before.
Looks like I'm staying the night.
Joke's on you.
Okay, well, that didn't work out. What do you guys want to do now?
So
What time of day is it?
Late afternoon.
I don't know what we want to do because I don't think we're a party. I think we're just two lizard pricks and everyone else.
I fail to see what the lizards did that were lizard prickish. We
it's
made an
all-
attempt while everyone else was like, let's just stand here at the docks."
We weren't gonna
We
just
just
stay-
arrived there and you saw him
I
and then you
would
went.
perhaps, in a different mode, would like to leave some sort of a message at the Zabu Manor
Okay.
for Lord Tolliver.
Sure.
Perhaps that we have heard that he believes in his former employee Finlow's innocence, and we also believe that this man to be innocent and would like to assist in whatever way we can, and perhaps to meet us back at that tavern to discuss it more in depth.
Okay. Yeah, easy enough to do.
That sounds like a great idea.
You can leave that message with someone at the manor, and they tell you that they fill you in with the basic run-of-the-mill excuses. Governor Zabu's very busy, but I will do my best to deliver the
3
message.
to 4 business days.
Yeah,
And
the
now
whole
we're at
gamut.
bureaucracy.
Sorry.
I was assuming some sort of servant or attendant that was at
Oh
the
yeah,
manor.
definitely an attendant of some kind who just
Can I give him 10 gold?
make a persuasion check with
Lucius,
advantage.
Lucius, you realize that is an insane amount of gold.
Yeah.
Hey, are we gonna chastise him, or are we just gonna let it
No,
slide?
it was not a chastisement.
See, that was 22.
For persuasion?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh, no, wait, no. Oh, yeah, no, it's 22.
Holy crap.
I'm not proficient in it. I just have 5 charisma.
Okay. They give this gambit to Ohiana, and then you walk up and give them 10 gold, and they go, as soon as I can. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And that is all you get. So we'll see how effective that message is.
All right, cool. Now what?
I would love to go back to the tavern where we mentioned
What is
in
that?
said
What is
letter
I'm
that
gonna
we would be.
wait. We're gonna go back and wait.
I don't think we should wait. I think
The Tilted Tavern?
Sure.
Okay.
But are we? I mean, can we just like? I think we should. Can we put out multiple leads? Are you okay with this?
No, that's totally fine. I thought it was getting closer towards evening. So,
It is getting closer to evening, but you have a couple hours if you want to do anything
Okay,
else.
cool.
Yeah.
should we stop by to visit Ahmad first?
Yes, I would love to do that. And see if he's even at the same location.
Is there any places where I could grab like a bestiary or anything? Like a book on known monsters while we're on the way quickly.
Make a investigation check for me.
Wait, no, 14.
14?
Yeah.
It's not an extensive book, but you can find a small tome that contains maybe 35, 40 pages worth of, the most commonly known monsters and some facts about
I'll
them.
wait until I can find a better one.
You already
Yeah,
know all
it's
that
not-
Stuff. You already all know all that stuff, basically.
Yeah, and it's nothing great. If it's super specific, it's probably not gonna be here. It's probably this is the halfway point between here and another, probably more illustrious city. This place is definitely more business oriented than it is like people oriented. So there's not a lot of outside of necessity. There's not a lot of stuff out here.
Yeah.
So
I see.
Not a lot of public resources.
a little bit. There's a little bit, and that's why they have the marketplace with where you found the tapestry maker and all that stuff. But closer to the docks, it's definitely there's not a lot, and it doesn't necessarily boast a whole bunch of
All right. Well, I'll just keep my
stuff.
eye out.
Sure, you can keep
You'll see a
looking for it.
bookstore.
Absolutely, absolutely. But yeah. So you guys are trying to do what now?
Visit Ahmad.
Imad. Tapestry shop.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, you can head to the
Probably
tapestry.
ain't gonna be there.
Yeah, I know. I just thought we should might as well shoot a shot.
Fair
Heading to
enough.
the tapestry shop, you are greeted by Austin, who is still there.
Austin's so cool.
Happy to see all of you. When inquiring about Imad, he informs all of you that Imad has not returned, and based on some information that he received, doubts that he will.
Wait, what information did you receive?
Oh, well, the letter that you... there was a letter in that
Yeah,
the chest that you provided
we didn't
me.
read it, so.
Oh, well, no, respectfully. It was basically explaining that Imad had some other things that he needed to take care of, and that he appreciated the time and generosity that me and the missus showed him. So he thanked us for the time we had and said he was off to take care of other stuff.
All right. So no, we don't know where he went, huh?
No, good boy though. I'm gonna miss him around here.
Oh, he's a cream of the crop for sure. Yeah, he's a good guy, good feller.
Absolutely.
Good head on his shoulders. An
Good.
unusually hard worker.
No, not at all, not at
Yeah.
all. But
Yeah.
He was charming.
that is a word for it. Yes,
Great
Charmer is
fella,
a
yeah.
great man.
Bet you Bard's sing about him.
No.
Perhaps. Not this bard, but perhaps a bard somewhere.
Well, we should workshop it. Yeah.
You need to tell more stories. Just in general, because I'm really bored. And I think it would be really pleasant for you to.
Is there anything else you guys want to do?
What else? I think we don't. I think we wait. What do you want to do?
I think that's the only other option right now.
Yeah,
Does Pothole have any contacts?
I don't know.
He puts his head in the
Why
gutter
is
and
he a
talks through
turkey?
the sewer water.
I mean, I don't know. I feel
Didn't
like...
most of his contacts die?
Huh?
Didn't most of the...
No, it's just him.
Okay.
No. He was kind of the primary one in this town, and now that he's above ground, he doesn't really have his ear to the ground, as it were.
I see.
I guess we go to the tavern and wait. Like, that's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah.
It's Dimitri. We don't want, like I said, we don't want to tap
burn
that
that bridge,
resource
no.
unless we got to.
It's only been like a week. Not even.
Not even.
We work too fast.
We're honestly too expeditious for
We
sure.
did do
We're
a
like
really good job with that
expeditious,
last
like
job.
expendable people or something. I'm just kidding. We're not expendable. That's
Expeditious Expendables?
No,
That is a band
no.
name.
I thought you were gonna say party name. I was like, nope,
That's
not doing it.
Let's not name
Does
our
anyone
party.
think that it might be helpful to go see the dockmaster?
I know that they are not our biggest fan.
They love me.
There's a guy with a ledger.
That's
He's not gonna
debatable.
like me.
We've done work for her.
That's fair.
She appreciates our help in resolving issues, and perhaps if she could provide us information, she would.
I mean, it's worth investigating.
Yeah, I think if that's the case, then it should probably be maybe one of us or two of us, not all
Not
of
the
us.
whole party.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just-
maybe we send Glyph and Zeph right up to the front line.
I think this time it should be Kenny and Oyana.
Kenneth is
Alright,
long
perhaps,
for Kenny.
yeah.
And while that's happening, could I just be at the? Can I spend the rest of the time like they go off, and I would like to go back to the inn and just finish making those 2 potions that I have.
Sure. Absolutely. You can spend more time on that as the evening begins to wind down. You two heading back to the port to try to find Portmaster Demir. Go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
Do you want?
Oh no! I've got
17.
I've got Heelys.
Do it.
I was very happy because I never.
You've actually been able to do it.
Yeah, I'm support. I'm trying.
That's a 12.
Not bad. With that, you are able to find that Portmaster Demir is at their offices at the port. What is it you are trying to ascertain?
Poor Master Demir, you are looking radiant as ever. These ports, you're mastering them. First
You
of
say that
all.
as you enter their office and you see them looking up from some paperwork.
I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna just, I'm gonna spread out. Slap my size.
I love Kenny.
All right. Me and the other little lady over here, we got some questions.
Hold on, I need to have I have to make a note to fire my assistant for letting you idiots back into my office.
Hey, listen, man, that's on you.
We only would beg a moment of your time.
You have begged several of them, but
We
go
have-
ahead. What can I not do for you this time?
We've been tasked with locating Finlow, formerly under the employment of House Tolliver.
Great.
Obviously, he's gone missing. We were wondering if you might have any idea where he might have gone.
No clue. Sorry, can't be of my help.
She being true. She's being truthful.
Make an insight check.
Insight check.
Always. 13.
13.
Yeah.
Seems.
She's tired of your shit.
Truthfully, just doesn't like us.
What's your plus on
3.
Okay. Could I also try
Sure.
insight?
Go ahead and make an insight check.
Oh, wait, no, perception?
No, insight.
Insight, yeah, 3.
Perceiving emotions is what insight is.
Yeah, so.
Well, it wasn't better than 13.
And if there
adding
wasn't an
them together.
insight ability in D&D, I would make it a perception check. No, she seems truthful. Never met the man. Don't know who he is.
All right, well,
Uh,
just making sure you're not shipping
that's-
anybody out in the cargo.
I mean, that's not quite right that you never met him.
How's that?
He was working at the docks the day of the big incident, and he was taking tallies of all of the things that had been missing or not found off of the ships.
No, that's Richardson. That's my assistant. That wasn't Fenlow. I've never met Fenlow.
Wait, how do you know the name Richardson?
Richardson is my assistant, and she points back to
What is happening?
she points to the offices down there, and you can see there's a few people kind of milling about, and the older gentleman there was 2 people that followed Portmaster Demir. One of them who did the ledgers, the older gentleman, that was the one you guys accosted. That was
We didn't
Richardson.
accost
Wait, did he see
anyone.
me? Does he see me?
If he did, he was actively avoiding him.
I'm gonna wink at him.
I've heard this name before.
No, Richardson is the
My bad. I was getting
yeah.
it confused with Robinson.
No, you're fine. Absolutely.
My brain's mushy.
No, I understand.
I've been working.
Trust me. I'm. Imagine me trying to keep all these names straight and hoping that nobody catches me on a technicality,
sure.
which will
I'm glad
definitely
you're not
happen.
recording.
Oh, yeah, me too. Can you imagine if people start picking this apart bit by bit? Ooh, that would be terrible.
Yeah, I've worked 8 days in a row. So.
Oh Lord, good
What?
For you. Good on you, man.
Ain't got
Complain
nothing
about
but
it in the
love,
Reddit
AJ's
at
weird.
Wild Magic School.
No, we're not opening that door to that. We're
No.
playing D&D
I'm
here,
joking.
guys.
I'm joking. I jokes.
You see more jokes on the R slide.
Larson, never met Fenlo. Don't know where he is. Better off without him at this point.
Well, all right. I do believe you're being truthful and honest in this instance.
Great. No reason to lie to you.
Hey, listen, you're doing a great job. I love what you're doing here. The ship docks are looking better than ever. I feel like they've been scrubbed recently, have they? Because they look
But of
good.
course they've been scrubbed. The Lord Tolliver came
Hey.
through that was doing it.
Hey, lady, you're killing it out here.
And we will make leave of your presence, and we will try to avoid doing so in the future if we can.
Lovely. Have a great day.
All right, let me know if you need any
Fire that Richardson butthole.
all right, take it easy. You're doing beautiful things out here.
As I'm like literally trying to drag her out of
Richardson.
Dice J. Are you shipping with it?
No. I just
What
want
is
to.
your type?
Well, what ain't my type?
Monsters?
You're right. Period.
Period. Yes, queen.
Okay. So,
Yeah,
you guys are
We'll skid
good to
her.
go.
Head back to the.
Skitter.
Head back to the Tilted Tavern.
And I'm here skittering.
Anybody else doing anything, or are we going to roll into the evening / next day?
I finished my potions.
Okay. You keep right. Yeah. Finishing your potions up.
It's a good sound.
Nevertheless, everyone else gets back to the tavern. You guys can get some rooms for the evening, some food for the evening, take your long rest, and wake up the next day with hopefully another step in your plan.
Alright.
Oh yeah, I definitely messed with your longbow while you were gone and while you were sleeping.
How's that look?
It's just got like a little like round reticle right above your handle, and it just pull the string back, let string go. As the arrow should be flying through, it will. So yep, you don't need an arrow though. Just do it with your fingies.
What?
So I can do 2 of them. I
Yes,
just
2
repeating
infusions.
shot at her longbow as well as
Okay.
mine.
Very
So
cool.
that way she doesn't have to worry about
Very
ammunition
nice. All right. I like it.
anymore. In case we go back to the original days of D&D where you have to keep track of your arrows.
No, I'd never do that anyway. but
Bulletproofed.
Thank you. Thank you for subverting an issue that I would have never brought up.
Solve the crisis that never
No,
existed.
now we got more bundles.
Just like the government.
Bonfire wood.
Yeah, I
Does,
appreciate your
does an arrow like materialize in her hand like a energy arrow or something?
No, so it's got like a little like quarter-sized thing. Almost looks like almost like a monocle right above the handrest. And what happens is at the velocity of the bowstring, the arrow kind of appears through that. It's almost like a gateway, as it were. So yeah,
That's
that's
awesome.
how it looks.
Very nice.
Can I go? Is there a hallway to the bathrooms I could try this out at?
Sure.
Do it.
All right, I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, easy enough. As you pull the string back, you can feel the energy kind of building. There seems to be kind of like this brass kind of clip on your right above where your hand goes on your string, and as you pull back, you feel it kind of you notice there's tension between that clasp and the reticle up front, and as you release, you see just a subtle flash of energy as a perfectly normal arrow comes flying out of that thing and
And trappers show up.
I believe we found magic in this jurisdiction. Damn it!
I will
The
swallow that.
bathroom door opens and there's Tywin Lannister with an arrow through his.
yes.
Deep
Upon
cut.
awaking, I would love to go to the barkeep and see if any word or any messages had been left for us.
No messages. All right. The day is yours. What do you want to do now?
Fuck.
Alright.
We were literally banking on getting that message.
Yeah, you were.
Let's go to this mythical city underground, probably. Let's just do it. Let's
I
just
mean,
send it.
I look over at Pothole as he says that and just like raise an eyebrow. As in like... He says he's got nothing.
Pothole, have you ever heard of the Rove?
I mean, he's pretty straightforward with what he said. Heard of it, yes. Seen it, no.
Okay.
Are you sure you just didn't say something super offensive?
No, he's laughing. I said a joke.
Yeah, he doesn't. Look, he doesn't want to go on a date with you, Paul. He said it wasn't.
I think you're neglecting that we literally asked Pothole a question. He responded in kind, so I think he knows what we're talking about when we're talking plain.
Yeah.
He said, bitch.
Mate, we're gonna have to clean up your language.
Pothole, your language is perfectly fine with me.
That's not your mum, so maybe you don't take too much of that.
He walks away, but there seems to be a little carbonation in his step as he...
Carbonation.
Like a little bit of a water leak coming out the bottom, like he's crying. Oh, great. Guys, damn it, it's gonna take a minute to get him...
Anyhow, is there anything you guys want to do? Any other leads you want to try to establish?
Oh, let me just comb through my notes one more time.
Kenneth.
Yes.
As you're getting ready for the day, you, at the table, you hear the heavy sound of metal kind of clanging against the table and a chair screwed back as Uncle Orwell sits down.
How's it going?
It's going fine.
Making some money?
Trying to.
Oh, yeah. I made some money.
Did you know?
Yep.
Excellent.
Got 229. Wait for it. Gold.
Foolish of me to assume any differently.
I will say we got hired on by one of the great houses, so like we're kind of doing our thing.
Did you now?
Mm-hmm. House Tolliver, they wanted us to go investigate the warehouse. That's why we got paid. Then we killed some crystal rats, big old crystal rats. I know that was my face too. It's like, wah. Anyway.
Crystal rats.
Yeah. Crystal
Made
rats.
of crystal, or how were they?
Oh, they were fleshy. They're big old rats, like probably like the size of like a little dog, you know, like one of them little crusty white ones.
Did you write this down like I told you to?
No. But I remember locked up here. They had like purple crystals jutting out of them, and in the gray mill there's an obelisk, purple magic. Then the trapper showed up, so I didn't get much information from him.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Well, make sure you write that down. In
Yeah.
case this becomes a norm. I've never heard of crystal rats, but
Me either.
anything's possible, especially around here.
Say, listen, with your ear to the ground out and about, you heard something about a fella named Finlow worked down at the docks, recently disappeared?
Can't say I've heard the name before.
Damn.
Of course, in my line of work, you don't usually work with people, you work with creatures. It's one of the reasons I'm here today. You and your
Side quest.
You and your group seem to be handling yourselves rather well.
Yeah.
That's
Tall
good.
one's weird.
Yeah. You can keep an eye on them, as you do. I have to head back.
You want to take some coin with you while you go?
I have enough. And they kind of tap
sure?
their belt. Don't worry about me.
Alright.
I have to take care of a thing before I come back.
Anything I need to be privy to, or?
You are old enough to be privy to many things, Kenneth, but
Yeah, I'm nosy as hell.
some things come with more time.
Okay.
But nevertheless, I don't want to leave you empty-handed. I have a contract I can leave with you if you would like to pursue it. If not, you can give it back to me when I come back.
Sure. What's it
Choice
about?
is yours. He sets the scroll on the table. Mm-hmm. See for yourself.
Well, I'm reading it.
Didn't hear it unfurl. I wish I had heard it unfurl.
Alright,
Actually,
yeah.
that's worse.
Probably
That's
hear them.
I
you
referral.
shuffling cards?
It's like a retractable one. The contract stipulates that there is a disturbance at a small town outside of the, well, actually deeper into the Brasslands. Let me pull up the specifics.
Side quest.
No, actually it is in the Copper Cove. Sorry, that's a different one. There's a well in the Copper Cove, in the residential district, that is causing strange phenomenons, is what the contract stipulates. The individual who signed the contract says that they need the source of the well routed and dealt with if necessary. A promise of 300 gold pieces paid upon completion, 150 paid upfront.
Yeah, I'll take it. I think we got a pretty decent group capable of handling whatever. If they're willing to help out.
If not, I'm sure you're capable of handling it.
Yeah,
but I think this will be an interesting use of a newly assigned monster slayer. I have no doubt you'll figure it out one way or another.
Okay, let's go.
I'm not going. You are.
You know what I mean. You know what I mean. I mean, like,
course.
let's go for me. Like, let's go.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know?
Let's go. Yeah. Am I here?
Oh, you probably are slinking around.
No, you all are kind of around. He's kind of sat off to the side and is kind of like talking to her, just kind of like to herself. But any of you, if you listened hard enough, could be privy to the conversation.
I'm definitely eavesdropping. Just like not even eavesdropping.
As he finishes his up, he kind of finishes the drink that he ordered. Walk with me outside before I leave.
Yep. All right.
Uh-oh.
Stands up, nods to all of you,
Bye.
heads out
See
the
you
door,
later.
begins to shoulder his pack and kind of reattach it. As you guys step outside into the street, and the morning air is now beginning to heat up a little bit, and the day's beginning to begin in full swing. Uncle Orwell kind of how are you?
I'm doing all right. I'm feeling okay. We're just doing one thing after another. Seems like one thing has just led to the next, which is all right. We're making good money while we're out here. I'm all right. I miss Avie.
No matter how long you're gone, whether it be a year or a day, she will. The feeling will be mutual. I'll tell her not to worry, but you know how she is.
Do you? Of course you probably do. Do you know any good bookstores around here for like decent bestiaries?
What for?
I just would like to keep record and track of the things that we find while we're out there. Maybe like check off the ones that I've got, you know? A little tally list.
The bane of any monster slayer. To keep a trophy of what they do. As he kind of gestures towards the highly adorned necklace that he carries. I might have something of use. Reaches into his pack, shuffles around for a bit, and pulls out an old tome. It's kind of black leather, has on the edges definitely started to like fray, so like the brown under skin of the leather is like starting to show. There is a thin kind of blue ribbon kind of pulled through it, definitely starting to like fray apart at the ends. But he hands it to you.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. I found a really cheesy looking one at one of the shops out there. It only had like 30, 40 pages. Useless. This is the real deal.
Most of them are only going to have a few pages. This one's mine.
Does it have highlight marks? I'll flip through it.
It doesn't have highlight marks, but it definitely has a lot of information. Lots of drawings, lots of notes, lots of stuff written down. It looks a bit disorganized, but definitely well documented. He continues. In the first few years of my hunting, as it were, I kept track of them just like you want to now. Over time, it begins to all kind of blend together, and most monsters seem to react to only a handful of different attempts. But for now, you can use this to learn or glean any information from the most common of creatures.
I'll do that. Alright. Well, there's just one last thing that I noticed. So sometimes I'm able to, like, really concentrate, right? Concentrate, close your eyes, you extend your senses, and, like, sometimes you can feel things. I don't know if you feel that same way.
A hunter has an awareness of their surroundings.
Right. That's what I'm finding out, and I'm getting there. There was something undead.
Silence.
On the in that case that Lucius carries on his back. Should I be worried? I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. I haven't asked him directly, but I have talked to Ohiana.
Undead.
Undead, yes.
Do what you do best. Observe.
All right.
Take notes. Sometimes people can be a bit hasty in their assumption of things, when even the worst of creatures are sometimes just misunderstood. Undead does bother me, though.
Yeah, well, me too a little bit. It gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Keep an eye on it.
All right.
Have you seen what it is?
I ain't seen it. I don't know. Every once in a while, that thing will crack open, and he'll like whisper into it and stuff. But
Nearly. I'm like,
Oh my god.
Jeez Louise.
You trust all of them?
I don't know. I don't know yet. I mean, we've been in some mix-up situations, and there has been a time or two where they probably saved me a little bit. So that's good. That's good that know that in the heat of the battle, I don't think I'm going to get off by them or anything, but I don't know how long-term trustworthy they are.
You're nothing but loyal to your standards. So do what you do best.
All right.
And if it turns out that it is something uncouth, we'll deal with it.
All right.
We don't want to put undue pressure on you this early on. So keep a close eye on it. Keep me afront of all of it. And I'll see what I can do.
All right.
I should be back in town within a week's time.
All right. Hopefully we'll still be kicking around here.
If not, I'll find you.
All right. Well, you take it easy. Tell Avy I say hey. Tell Virgil I say regards. And hold it down. Deuce is wild.
He puts a hand on your shoulder. Kenneth, I am proud of what you're doing here.
Thanks.
Dang it, I thought he was going to say deuces all wild.
You know, even I love you very much. I love you as much as... well, if you are truly my own family.
I know. It's evident. Thank you for the book.
Of course.
I want to study it. I'm even going
Learn
to
what you
add
can
it.
from it. But, remember, the hunter's best tool is not their bow, not their staff. It's up here. Your instinct is what guides you. It's what's kept you alive this long. It's what will keep you alive. Trust it.
Guts. Gotcha.
Trust your guts.
I'm gonna add a page for Lucius in the back of this book.
You'll need more paper for that.
I'll get a couple leaves.
Love you.
Love you too.
See you in a week's time.
Deuces wild!
He turns around and begins to walk down the main road, heading out of town.
I'll go back.
Okay. Heading back inside, the rest of you are finishing up your morning/breakfast. What would you like to do?
Kenny, I trust you with my life. We are the best of friends. Blah, blah, blah. That's not canon.
Kenny, do you decide to share?
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you all about the contract. There's something going on, I guess, in the residential district. The Copper Cove, there's been strange incidents, and it's $300 to figure out what's going on and dispatch whatever's there.
What's $1?
Gold.
Well, as we didn't have any messages this morning or any new leads about Tygear, perhaps
Let's kill some.
that we could go settle something.
That's the best I got.
Hey, we might find more information about him there, too.
Perhaps.
That's true.
So it's better than just being stationary. And also, how do you guys feel about making some money on the side?
Always.
I mean,
I
I
mean,
like it.
yeah, it's we've kind of established. It's like a good thing. Money's cool, so that's fine.
It would be nice to own my own warehouse one day.
For what?
That is the
Just
Just for
dream.
living.
Oh yeah.
Just for men.
Yeah, living warehouse.
A men's warehouse.
Men's warehouse. Inspiration.
Oh, that was ugh. I'll take it. Though.
No, it's there. It's
I
there.
will use it
You're
for something.
a greedy hoe.
Whatever I can get.
Yeah. So you guys are whatever you'd like to do.
Yeah,
Let's head over to the residential street.
Okay.
District.
let's go. Fight
Time to go
something.
spelunking.
Sure.
In residential.
You guys can make your way to the residential district of the Copper Cove. Maybe about an hour's walk from the Tilted Tavern, the Tilted Tankard. Sorry. After getting some directions and kind of getting your bearings about where it is, you guys find yourselves in some open streets that all begin to intersect into this almost like a roundabout type area. Seems to be kind of like a communal gathering spot. There's a large kind of open patch of, I would say grass, but it's mostly dirt now. Maybe about 80 or so feet to either side, kind of in a circle. Couple of trees kind of planted in there. There seems to be people that kind of walk through there, kind of take walks or sit down. It seems to be kind of almost like a little park that's set in the middle of this residential area. It's the first bit of grass that's inside the city that you've actually seen, which is pretty impressive, albeit, lackluster in its design and not very green, but not a lot is green here in the Brasslands, seems. But you guys can make your way in. The sound of people kind of milling about, taking breaks, their lunches, doing what they do every day. You are greeted by these sights and sounds, and you can see near one of the edges of this park, kind of not in the park itself, but kind of set off to the side of it, there does appear to be this kind of a fountain, I guess is what it would be called. It's a very simple fountain, maybe like a 3-tiered. It does seem to have water kind of running out of it, and it runs into some troughs that kind of go out and around and line maybe about 30 or 40 feet of the outside of this park. It seems to be people who use it for a myriad of different things. Seems to be utilitarian as well as decorative. there definitely seems to be a draw of individuals as you approach. There actually appears to be... The first thing you definitely notice is that there are a lot of people gathered around the perimeter of it, and there are about 5 or 6 individuals standing imposed to this crowd. Larger individuals, humanoid in form, but definitely with traits and features of other orc or half-orc lineages, like heavy bound muscled people. But you can see them there kind of imposing most of this crowd who's kind of murmuring, kind of bustling about. You can hear kind of voices interposed as you guys are standing quite a distance away. But yeah, that is what you notice as you approach this area.
Hello there, fine folks.
You just say that to the crowd?
Yeah.
Okay. Saying that loud, you see a couple people turn around, you hear somebody go, "Wait your turn!" And they turn back around and
Wait,
just
what
start,
all's going on here? I don't even know what's happening. Explain,
they
please.
you
I don't know what's happening.
what are you shouting for?
Well, people are all gathered up here. I'm just trying to figure out what's happening.
Well, if you don't know, then you don't no business. Move along.
So wait, so is this a random like pedestrian?
Yeah, it's just a random person.
Can I
Fine, I'll go to somebody else.
Can I stealth up behind them?
Sure, make a stealth check.
Okay.
You're gonna give them a heart attack.
I think. 15.
15. Yeah, you successfully stealth up behind them.
Why don't...
I'm just like right next to them. Like if they, like when they look back towards the thing, I'm just gonna be smiling like really.
Okay.
Hey, what's that behind you?
Yeah, I'm gonna fall. But oh my god!
Listen, so what's going down here?
At this point, you have definitely caused a bit of a commotion, and you can see one of the one of the large muscle-bound individuals that's kind of waded through the crowd to stand in front of you. Pardon me. There seems to be a problem here.
No, there ain't no problem at all. No, I was just asking this gentleman what was going down over here.
I'm a lady. That's quite enough from you.
Oh.
Kind of pushes him to the side.
I clap.
That's my bad. I was wondering what that had no bearing on anything. But listen, I was just wondering what was happening over here. That's all. I asked a simple question.
Everyone's waiting in line for the magic water.
The magic water? Well, tell me about that. I mean, I ain't going to try to get in line, so don't worry about it. I ain't trying
If you're not going to get in line, why would I tell you about the magic water?
Because it sounds real interesting.
Well, then step in line and wait to get some.
Well, why can't you do... That's like saying, hey, like, you can go to this restaurant, but it's a complete secret. You got to wait in line to get some sort of mystery soup. That's not the same...
Hey, are you part of an organization or something?
No.
Then are you just like acting like you have authority because you have muscles? They're really great. Good job.
Thank you. No. I'm in charge of making sure people don't fight in the line.
Oh, well, we ain't fighting
we're
or
not fighting.
nothing.
When
I just
people
wanted to
were
know what this...
shouting.
Well, what is the magic... What
got
does the
scared by
magic
me.
fountain do?
I'm not scary.
It's a magic fountain. I don't know how more
Is it
specific I can be.
Is it actually magic? Wouldn't the trappers be all over here?
Ooh, true.
And trappers are all over the place where magic is. Now think on that.
I know you can.
One moment.
Don't know how to strike.
As they
Right.
turn around and just kind of rumble away.
That guy's simple.
Does it
We're gonna
seem
enter
like
combat
they're
now.
charging
We're gonna
people to
die.
get to
Made
this
me
fountain?
think too much.
From your vantage point, no, it doesn't seem like it. Just seems like they're letting people go in one at a time.
But
As far as you can tell.
It doesn't seem to be like some sort of capitalistic.
You can't tell from
Endeavor.
here. There's a lot of people in front of you. But you can...
Does Pothole know anything about the magic fountain? This seems like something maybe has been going on a while.
Pothole does not.
Okay.
How long do we think it would be to wait in that line?
It depends. You just got here, so you don't know how fast it's moving.
You said it's a residential area, yeah? Mm-hmm. Is there anybody that looks like they're, I mean, not necessarily part of the lines, but perhaps like an old lady watering her plants or something like that.
Sure.
that we could
Yeah,
go
there's
talk to?
definitely people that are not standing in line that are doing stuff out and about.
Could I find
You
a-
absolutely can talk to
a
somebody
friendly
else.
one.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. You kind of walk away from the group, kind of looking for somebody else to talk to, and definitely make eye contact with what looks to be a middle-aged woman. Fine features, but definitely skin is darkened due to just the hot weather of this place and the wind and all that stuff. But as she's sitting there washing just outside of what looks to be just a simple house. And as you kind of make eye contact with her, she just kind of says out into the open, but also in your direction. Sorry, I'm trying to now think of a voice for somebody that doesn't sound like the 8 voices that I do.
Just make it Calvin's voice. Make it Calvin's voice.
Yeah, hello, I am old lady.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Mrs. Doubtfire. Easy.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm not going to do
You
that.
vagina duff.
You vagina did
Hello, my precious. How are you?
Oh gosh, this is doing great, guys. Hit batting 1,000 tonight.
I disagree.
Thanks, Preston. Thank you
Oh
so
my
much.
God, Preston.
Okay, here we
I don't
go.
even know. I'm sorry. I
Here we go.
really
Old lady,
don't
here we
know
go.
what I said. Okay.
If you're waiting to get in line, dear, you want to have a bit of coin on you. They are starting to charge now.
Well, I actually I wasn't aware of exactly what was going on over here. I just saw everyone gathered. Could you tell me? I heard something about a magic fountain.
Aye, that's what everyone is saying that it is. It's, in my opinion, it's just a way for people to get rich. But I've heard rumor that the well has provided some interesting things.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes. Rumor has it that about a week ago the well started acting funny.
In what way?
Well, it started making weird noises. Strange lights started flashing up on it at night, and anyone who drinks the water has been reported, at least, that there's been strange phenomenons. People tripping and almost falling over themselves. Strange, vivid dreams. Night terrors, other crazy things like that. It's
And wait, people are waiting to have those effects.
Oh yes, dear. It's unknown what happens to it, but some of these dreams, people say, it feels like you're really in them.
I'm not sure that sounds quite appealing.
Oh, if it's a nice dream, then maybe you want to stay in it.
A night terror doesn't sound that wonderful.
Well, it seems to be a side effect for some people, but most are willing to take the risk if it means escaping the everyday drug.
I suppose. What do you think about it?
Oh, I think it's a bit of foolhardy, to be honest with you.
Yeah?
But I haven't the coin to even try to get some. They've started charging prices as soon as they heard that it was a thing.
Well, of course they did. That sounds about right. What are they charging? Do you know?
Oh, a silver piece for a cup.
Okay.
Not the worst in the world, but
Not the worst. It's still a high price.
it's a pretty penny, to be sure.
for something that you're not sure about. Question. If it's really magical, wouldn't you think that there would be trappers all around it?
Oh, you'd think so, wouldn't you? But seems like trappers are. We did have a trapper come by not too long ago, but for some reason they found no problems with it.
Well, it's curious to be sure.
It is.
Would you happen to know the name of whether it be a person or some sort of party, whoever it is that has decided to start charging for such?
I don't know their names. Seems just to be a band of individuals. I assume merchants or thugs or someone of the like. I try to stay away from
one
all
and
that.
the same, pretty
Yeah,
much.
one and the same. They showed up one day, these fine muscle-bound folk, and decided to make a line, and that's where the people are now. They do it one by one. Bit of a pomp and ceremony now, if you will.
And has that caused much of a kerfuffle around
No,
here?
not really. They seem to be trying to keep it to a steady flow, efficiency, if you will. Can't make coin if people are fighting.
That's fair. Well, thank you so much for enlightening me.
Of course, dear.
And what was your name?
My name is Vanessa, dear.
Vanessa. Well, Vanessa, thank you. It was wonderful to chat with
Aye,
you.
pleasure's all mine.
I go back to the party and relay all of that information to them.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna double check the contract. Is there any other specific detail on it? Or is
Nah,
it
just says figure out the source.
I figured it out. Contract complete.
Figure out the source and fix it.
Yeah.
Perhaps would somebody want to wait in the line and drink the water, or does that seem like a huge gamble?
Tabidi probably would want to drink it if one of us would.
We're not. No. Listen. Pothole.
No.
Been through enough.
My-
He's been through enough.
My name is Davidi, and I will be more than willing to drink the water.
Bingo.
Listen.
Sounds like consent to me.
If this is some sort of rave water, which it sounds like it is.
A bad rave water.
Oh, so maybe if the trappers
no.
maybe it's just actually hallucinogenic.
Exactly. I mean,
Let's
to each
get
their
to
own.
it, guys. Let's just.
How much was it again?
I wouldn't
one
mind
silver.
assessing the situation to find out what kind of muscle or power these merchants or thugs, as
One
it
and the
was
same.
put, have, and maybe we could just shut this down for a bit.
Perhaps. I would make the request that if anyone's drinking the water, they surrender all their weapons to someone before doing so.
It's like watching the Kingsman. Just everyone's going crazy.
Oh gosh, yeah.
That was such a good.
That was great.
All right.
so-
So we wait in the line.
So I mean, yeah, I have an idea. So how big is the line? How many people are in it?
Maybe 30, 40 people?
I throw 20 gold. Just like
You're just
outside
like
of
out
the
here
room.
yeeting your gold all over.
You throw gold?
You're
Yeah,
gonna
I throw
get murdered is
gold.
what's gonna happen.
Can I do sleight of hand though? I don't want it to be like.
Obvious that it was you.
Yeah.
Because everyone's gonna realize that Coffin Boy just has money fall out of his pants.
Sleight of hand. 14.
14. People definitely notice that gold falls down, makes a very distinct sound, and with a natural 20, everyone in the line runs off.
Okay, guys, let's go. Come on.
Oh, well, all
I mean,
right.
I'm spreading the wealth. I don't.
You're doing a good thing.
I was planning to have Ohiana abstain from drinking.
Sure.
Oh, well, I'm not going up there to drink it.
I thought we were just gonna go there to talk to the
Just bottle some up, you know?
to the puddle pirates, you know.
Puddle pie.
Hey, that's pretty good, right?
That is pretty good. I
Yeah.
do like that.
All right, so the group begins to approach the puddle pirates to figure out
Write this down.
why they're selling magical water, and we'll figure out what water they're selling next time.
See, a lot of problems can be solved with money. You just have to be generous.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm telling you, someone's gonna murder you because you stick out like more than a sore thumb.
Well, the thing is,
And the fact that he's loaded, yeah, probably.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, hey, he drops 10 gold daily. Like, well, I wonder how much more he could drop at one time.
Yeah, wait till he sneezes.
Let's just find the Coffin Boy.
Oh,
Because you're 7
Gold
feet tall
fell
with
out
a
of the
coffin on your back.
Everybody
Yeah,
get
like-
the coffin.
Yeah.
oh, there it is. Put gold in the coffin. That'll be
Oh
fun.
my gosh, it's like a little piggy bank.
Oh my gosh.
that's where I put my gold.
Yeah.
All right, we'll find out
like-
what the Puddle Pirates have in store for you guys next time. Thank you guys for playing. Thank you guys for listening. This has been great. Until next time, see you
Bye,
later.
Steve.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Wild Magic School Bus. I hope you had as much fun listening as we did making this for you. You can catch new episodes every Monday on whatever podcasting platform you use. While you're there, leave us a review if you want. It actually helps us out. And we've got socials too. You can follow us on Reddit at r/WildMagicSchoolBus, send us a subtweet at WildMagicSchoolBusPod, or follow our Instagram at WildMagicPod. Either way, stop by and say hello. We're always happy to meet new friends. See you next time.
Ooh, chase the punctuation.
Ben
And called it. I got it. I'm on it.
Do you think we should mention to the listeners that Calvin has brought a cursed knife into this set, and one of you might die?
Ooh.
No, I don't think it's relevant until it actually happens.
Until like one member of our party's not even at the table. Well, my God, where's Matt?
Oh,
He's not dead, guys.
He's
Climbing up the balcony right now.
Oh no, Drew's gone.
We've only seen his text, not him. No one can confirm that he sent those texts.
That's true.